Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Happy Catty Crypto here. So let's get an answer out there to my tweet. Now today's been a very interesting day because, like most days, I have to deal with a lot of things across the board. Lots of things going on all the time, dealing with lots of different people. It's kind of like I appear somewhere and everybody wants a chunk of me. Now, there's fudders, there's all sorts of people, and there's a lot of people out there that are now saying, how come Happy Catty Crypto has been removed from operations on Terra Rebels? And what it actually is I've stepped back. Now, a lot of you know, I took the position of media spokesperson, right? And I was happy to do that because it was a symbiotic relationship. Now, what happened was the chairman of Terra Rebels actually went on holiday and appointed the head of marketing as co-chairman. Now, upon that happening, the co-chairman has then decided that he said, and this is the God's honest truth here, folks, he tried to tell me that I wasn't allowed to tweet or put any content up about certain things. And then he was copying things, writing stuff out, sending me copies saying, I need to tweet this. I need to do this and I need to do that. And I just said, look, this ain't working for me. I'm going to have to step back. And he was just like, yeah, cool, man. No worries. I understand. Not a problem. So I step back. The chairman comes back. We obviously have words. I explained to him it's a bit funny and stuff like that. And everything sort of gets, pasted over, so to speak. We kind of see it as we're all getting to know each other, and it's kind of just static energy, you know. So as time's gone on, obviously I've attended meetings and things like that. I've been pulled to one side by certain members for posting certain things and stuff, people saying about GDPR regulations and things like that to me. And it pretty much got to a point of where I felt like I couldn't actually post anything. So I stepped back. I then stepped back in to try and pretty much act as a, a bridge. It's as if there's a wall between you and them. The wall's getting higher and I'm getting higher and higher up on the wall and having to shout further down on each side to each people as this thing expands. And it just got to a point of where I just couldn't do it no more. And I suggested many times over and over about a Twitter handle, getting an official Twitter handle. And it's just been absolutely insane since then. And pretty much what it come down to this time of why I've actually fully stepped back is due to going to a roadmap meeting, which you lot knew about. During that roadmap meeting, we were sent away to obtain 5 items for the roadmap. Now, on getting sent away, it was the operations and marketing together, and pretty much instead, we had an hour to do it. Instead of actually going ahead and getting the 5 things laid out, we got the 5 things laid out. We got to item number 1, which was Twitter, and all of a sudden, marketing's talking about all this merchandise that they're building up, and they're going to be selling merchandise. It's in a super secret group. They couldn't tell us about it. And then there was all these other things about how it's super secret with the Twitter group and we can't know. And I just thought at this point, I pretty much said to them, look, let's just remove the Twitter thing from the list. And it absolutely just blew up to people shouting at each other. So I stepped back and I just said, look, this is not for me. I stepped out. I said to Raider, look, it's just not for me. None of this is working for me. I just can't be a part of this anymore because I'm getting scrutinized at every turn. Now, there's someone today who's made a really valid argument against me, so to speak, and pretty much they're stating that I'd spoken to the validators inside the Terra Rebels group, and I'd said to them about TFL and their staked coins, because what Fat Man had been covering and bringing that to light. So I said to them, is it true that TFL are staking? They said, yeah, we've got coins staked through them. We'd pretty much prefer if you didn't cover it because they're trying to keep in the good books. And obviously they don't want to mess up what they've got going up on the main net, and they still want to help out on the classic net. And in turn, we need all the validators on board. Terra Rebels are going to need to have all those validators on board. So I said to them, look, if you don't want me to post about it, I won't post about it at the end of the day, because ultimately, folks, it's for the greater good. Anybody can go out there and find out right now that Fat Man covered all of it. He literally covered all of it from top to bottom. I don't know a thing that guy has not covered. I mean, everybody knows about the coins TFL have in staking, and do you know what I mean? At any time, they created this governance. People keep asking me, can Do Kwon control this thing? Can he take control of it again? And yes, of course he can, because at the end of the day, they understand the code base. They can just all of a sudden assume control and go, right, we're taking from there. Cheers, guys. But yeah, so as to all of the people scrutinizing me and stuff like that, yeah, I left Terra Rebels on my own behalf because I didn't like how things were playing out. I didn't like how it was all going. I couldn't be a part of it anymore because how am I supposed to go to you folks? Right, yeah, we're not going to tell you this. And like that guy saying, you're not telling us things. He's exactly right. And I wasn't telling you that. And that was because I'd been told by someone in Terra Rebels I couldn't do that. And it is public information. Yeah, you can go find it. But people look to me to be a trustworthy figure. And I feel like I'm being dragged through the dirt by Terra Rebels and the marketing team. Now, the marketing team are cutting me out of everything from top to bottom. Pretty much any of the posts that you'll see that then post, people working towards helping the Lunar Classic chain and stuff like that. Completely missing people like me and Lunk Dao out. And it's just ridiculous that it's that pathetic that it's come to that. Like, I started both of these channels to help the community. I didn't do it for anything else. So people can say what they want, but at the end of the day, the proof's in the pudding. I've got both channels monetized because you folks have supported me because you like my work. If no one liked my work, the channels wouldn't have grown. They wouldn't have got as big as they was, and we wouldn't be sat here right now having this discussion. So that is exactly why we walked the path that we walked, and it was pretty much a push out by marketing folks. That's how it went down. And no doubt from this video, there's going to be a load of stuff said about me and all sorts of stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you folks know me. I'm always straight up. I'm always just tell it how it is. I've got no time for messing around. And to take 3 weeks to get a Twitter handle ready, and then for the whole thing to end up with a huge argument over a Twitter handle that we didn't even have to produce that day. Like, we literally just had to write out the roadmap. That was it. And then, do you know what I mean? At the end of it all, I just had to walk away because I had to be the bigger person. Because if I turned around and started shouting and swearing at people, what would I look like? An absolute idiot, like these people did. And I wish I was recording, because I would show you the recording right now exactly how it went down. And I don't even care about any GDPR stuff. At the end of the day, if they want to take me to court, let them take me to court. But at the end of the day, I don't think I've broken any GDPR stuff. Anything that I've ever shown has been public information. So yeah, as to all of that stuff, I was handed the white paper by an official member. I've got the evidence to prove that that happened. So yeah, folks, at the end of the day, all I can do is open a door and show you what's going on. All I can do is explain to you what's going on. But because of the scrutiny that I've been facing, and basically I'm taking the heat for Terra Rebels. Do you know what I mean? So at the end of this all, folks, you need to remember that pretty much at any point, these folks can, and this is something said from marketing, okay? They need to protect their own image. So in an event that none of this actually works, then guess what? They can just turn around and go, cool, we'll move on to the next project. So I'll leave you with that thought, okay, folks? And that's the God's honest truth, all right? And that's literally it. And in my opinion, marketing's a shambles. It's being led by two what seem like children. But yeah, that's just my opinion. Like I said, folks, I'm not calling anyone out. I'm just telling it how it is. All of the people keep asking me why they've removed me from operations, why I've stepped back from Terra Rebels, and that's the truth. Okay, so take it easy, not financial advice, and yeah, do what you want. Beware of scammers, doppelgangers, whatever. Burn coming in literally the next 2-3 days. Probably going to be about, I think, about £1,000 we're going to burn. So someone do the maths, go look, see how many coins we're going to burn, and let me know in the comment section how much £1,000 in GBP will buy us in Lunar Classic, and should we buy it through CoinIn. And then, yeah, more burns coming from the Lunar Classic Let It Burn channel in the future, because like I said, folks, we're monetized. We built this thing to burn Lunar Classic, and that is what we're going to do. So, yeah, catch you in the next one.